Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Holy Redeemer Softball. Joining us are the co-coaches, Jerry Paulukonis and John Bryan, and Junior Chelsea Skrepenak. Well, coaches, you guys are doing a great job. Fantastic start for the Lady Royals. Jerry, first start with you. Talk about the talent on this year's team.
Talent this year is really good. We have a couple freshmen that stepped up real well for us to fill in positions that we lost from the seniors that we that graduated last year. From there, our defense is playing very, very well. Not giving up many runs in a game. Offense, we could be a little bit better, but it's coming along real good with practice.
And for you, John, you talk about working the coaching thing out with your partner, Jerry. You guys talk an awful lot.
Oh, absolutely. We usually stay after practice a good, 20 minutes to a half hour and discuss the next day's practice or the next day's game plan and stuff like that. We always tell the kids about communication. It's no more than this year that, both of us have to be on the same page to make this ship run really smooth.
And back to you, Jerry, and you talk about the young lady that we're going to talk to in a moment, Chelsea Skrepenak. She's got a whole lot of energy, and she really brings it when it comes to the game of softball.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she gives everything she's got, every play, every practice, everything that we do. If there's one thing that's for sure, you have people that are just born leaders and people who become leaders and people who are never leaders. Well, Chelsea's one that's just born to be there, and, she does everything she can to make her game the best it can be.
John, what do you like in particular about Chelsea Skrepenak's game, whether it's on the defensive side or the offensive side, or is she literally the whole package?
Chelsea's everything. She's a gamer. She's tough. I've always said a good catcher, you don't even know she's behind the plate half the time. She's smart, a lot of energy, wants to win. She hates to lose, just like all of us. And she's the leader of this team. We call her the general because, she is the catcher and sees everything on the field, and she's very good at that, and she is our leadoff hitter. So she gets this train rolling. When she gets on, good things happen.
Let's welcome in Junior Chelsea Skrepenak here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Well, Chelsea, you got a great introduction from your co-coaches, but you always want a little bit more, and I know you're hard on yourself, but that's what makes great players even better. Tell us about how you feel your year is going so far.
I feel the year is going pretty well. I think we could be a little bit more solid offensively, but like Coach has said, we're definitely coming along, and I anticipated that it would be a slow start offensively, but defensively, I believe we are definitely buckling down, and I couldn't really ask for a better effort from the underclassmen or a lot of my teammates because I know that we didn't start off 100%, but we're definitely getting there.
We'll talk about that leadership role that you have. There are some seniors on the team, but as a junior, you kind of get the catcher role, directing the pitcher and hanging out with her a whole bunch, whether it's on the field or off the field, and trying to make sure the girls are motivated and playing up to their potential.
Well, ever since I started playing, I've always been one of those loud girls, and especially behind the plate, I pretty much see everything, and it's my job as a catcher to let them know what is going on, and I believe that I should be motivational to these girls. Although I'm only a junior, I don't believe grade matters. As freshmen, there's girls who can be motivational, and as seniors, there can be girls who are motivational. And as it goes for Kaya, well, honestly, I couldn't have any more chemistry with my pitcher because I know exactly what she wants to throw, and even if I do give her a pitch and she doesn't like it, she knows when to tell me. We are always on the same wavelength, and it's just great to have a relationship like that because I know not many pitchers and catchers can say that they have something like that.
You have a special relationship with your dad, who's the baseball coach at Meyers High School. Tell us about what you learned from him, whether it's playing sports or off the field, things you need to do to make sure that you're continuing on the academic path and, of course, on the athletic path that you want.
Well, ever since I was young, he's always been very strict with me and has really formed me into the person that I definitely am today. He's with me every single day. He calls me multiple times a day. I always get that good luck text from him before every single game. And he's pretty hard on me, so he keeps me really modest. He's always asking how I've been doing and, like, where are the home runs? Come on, I know you can do better than that. And he's always been competitive, whether it's in softball or whatever it is. He's always extremely competitive with me, and it's been like that since I was born. I was just a little tomboy raised by, obviously a father, so I've always had that kind of spark in me.
We're talking Holy Redeemer softball here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers locations in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Well, Jerry Paulukonis, let's talk about your pitcher this year and having a defense behind her. Tell us about what you have there at Redeemer on the mound, and I know you have a young lady who's a freshman that could come in and pitch if she has to.
Yeah, that's right. Kaya's doing very well. She's coming along with this season. And she's working on some different things, trying to, vary the speeds up a little bit, vary locations, instead of just trying to blow the ball by people. She's realizing that that's not what it's all about at this stage of the game. You have to vary things up. As far as Kristen goes coming into relief, we know we can lean on her, and she has some great stuff and great movement on the ball. And, it's great to finally have somebody that you can step back on in case things aren't going right your way.
John Bryan, co-coach at Holy Redeemer. Tell us about the outfield. Who's got command out there, and tell us about if you have a mix of underclassmen and some girls that have some experience.
Yeah, Jen Riensdorf, our junior this year, is the center fielder. She's the one that takes charge in the outfield. And our left fielder is a senior who played there last year. And our right fielder this year is a freshman, Lydia Lawson, who's come a long way in the last couple months. We have a lot of speed in that outfield. These young ladies can cover a lot of ground out there, and they're pretty solid at what they do.
Chelsea Skrepenak, small ball seems to be important when the playoffs come, the little things, bunts, and stealing bases and making sure you get runs across. Tell us about where you think you'll end up and peaking at the right time, where you were last year as district champs, and where do you think you are this year, Chelsea?
Personally, I think one of our goals as a team is to definitely make it to and win the district championship. As far as states, sky is the limit. You always want to reach high, but realistically, I would be happy with the district championship. And, it would be nice to see how far we could go, but I know this year's team isn't as strong offensively, but I know we are stronger defensively, which could make a difference in the outcome of the season. So, I know we definitely have the talent and the determination to make it to the Final Four, if not the state championship this year. But I want to be realistic about it. And these girls know what they're expected to do and what we did last year as compared to this year. But we don't want to live in the past. So it's a brand new season, it's a brand new team, and we just want to leave it all out there.
Well, the competition's stiff in the Wyoming Valley Conference. Jerry, you know that the competition in the Lackawanna Conference for AA is awfully tough. Tell us about what you know about area teams that are looking to compete when it comes down to a AA championship.
Probably the biggest thing is Holy Cross, and we know that they brought back basically their entire lineup. So, and an advantage a little bit is, we scrimmed them up in the sports dome. It went well for both sides, and it was one of the first times both teams were really on the field. So you really can't wait a whole lot, but we do know that they're strong in the potential that they have. And there's other teams up there, too, that are actually playing some pretty good ball right now. That's unexpected. So you never know. Things can happen. Anybody can win a game at any given time. Just whoever makes them least mistakes, and that's what you play the game for.
John Bryan, as you compliment Jerry Paulukonis and you guys work together, what are some things you're focused on over the next couple of weeks that you'd like to tweak a little bit with the Lady Royals?
I like to see our offense just be a little bit more consistent than it is at this point. We struggle with the bunt a little bit. Last couple of games, though, we did get it down to score some runs. So I think maybe offensively, I like it to see it's more consistent hits, a little bit more pressure on the defense. Defensively, I like where we're at. I do believe we'll get better defensively, but I do like where we're going. And, tomorrow we have a game. It'll be our 6th, so it'll be like the halfway point. And, we were undefeated last year, and we want to do that again this year and go in the playoffs on a high note and on a winning streak.
Chelsea Skrepenak, anybody who has surprised you this year on your team or that you feel is playing really well right now? Because I know there's some underclassmen that have really contributed so far for the Lady Royals.
I would say Olivia Menning, who has recently gone, I think, 10 for 10. She's a kid that we really didn't expect much out of, except to maybe be a JV player, maybe see a couple varsity at-bats, nothing really spectacular, and she's stepped up tremendously. And you can't ask any more from a kid like that. Kristen Coffey and Vicky Stentz are always one of our two best underclassmen by far. I mean, starting on a varsity team as a freshman is a tough thing. I've been there. It's extremely important for them to stay confident throughout the season, and I think as we've come along, they just haven't lost confidence, and they just keep building and building. That's all you can ask for underclassmen.
Jerry Paulukonis, John Bryan, and, of course, Junior Chelsea Skrepenak. We thank all of you for joining us and wish you continued success there at Holy Redeemer on the softball field. Thank you for taking some time out and joining us.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
No problem.
All right, that is Holy Redeemer softball here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.